What's going on, Geeks? You're listening to episode 451 of the Geeks Under Grace podcast. My name is Cody Armour, and it's actually 51 this time. I want to throw that out there for those listening. It was not 51 last time. I'm here with Jonathan Nichols
What's up?
and Andrea Riccati.
Hello.
I do want to
All
point
good.
out they don't know about that because I did fix it before the episode launched. Thanks
Yes,
for
you
calling
Oh,
me
did.
out.
did you? Oh.
So we might have to
aw.
redo that intro
Calling
again.
me out.
Did you re-record the
I
clip,
did.
or did you just
I
cut it
re-recorded
out?
the
did.
intro.
Nice. Oh, well, then never mind. Yeah, that's 451, and you guys have no idea what I'm talking about.
Ooh, your mind's erased. Ooh.
Yeah. What's the Men in Black little thing? Pew.
Yeah. You're listening,
Yeah.
but you can't see us, but we did that through audio. You just didn't hear it because you forgot about it.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. This
How
week we're
ours
geeking out
works.
about major rebranding. Not ours. Other rebranding. Some great casting. Lanterns. And shows with devil in the title for some reason. Although, is Devil Wears Prada? It's a movie, isn't it? I just
It
thought
is.
about
It
Yeah.
is.
that. Yeah.
I mean, if
I watched
you're
Devil May Cry. We'll talk about it later.
if you're older than the age of, I don't know, 50, movies and shows are just the same thing. My parents they're like, oh, the show you watched, and it's a movie. So,
Cinema.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear Devil Wears Prada, I feel like I need to share this story. I probably shared this story on the podcast a few times at this point. There was a year where I went to this festival, this music festival called Heaven Fest in Colorado. It was awesome. There was a bunch of different stages, and they played a bunch of different genres. And all of my friends went to Devil Wears Prada, the cool Christian metal band. This is like 12 years ago. So Devil Wears Prada was really cool. And I was like, no, I'm going to stay back, and I'm going to listen to Hawk Nelson. Because Hawk Nelson was a cool punk band in my mind.
Yes.
Hawk Nelson, still love you. But I did, like, I'm standing there, and I'm excited, and Hawk Nelson comes on stage, and I could just hear the screams of, like, thousands of teenage girls. And I was like, oh, I went to the wrong show. Like, you could hear the stages were not far away from each other, so you could hear the roar of Devil Wears Prada like across this little pond. And I was like, I should be there. I was like the believer, but I dressed real emo, so like, yeah, I looked really out of place.
So funny.
Hawk Nelson, though, Just Dance, still a great song. Many would disagree with me, but I loved it. We can get into the games that we've been playing. I'll make it easy. I haven't been playing any games. I haven't done much of anything. It's Renaissance Fair and work for me right now. That's okay. Andrea, what have you been playing?
I'm still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance. Right now, Henry is in the middle of an investigation solving the trouble of some poisoned water in a town that is slowly dying. So he has to figure out who poisoned the well and how to cure this mysterious ailment that is killing the townsfolk. So I'm doing a little bit of investigative reporting and alchemy to save the people, so that's been fun. I also uh, was involved with the siege of a castle, so that was also fun, and I nearly died a couple of times, but it was worth it for that experience. But that's what I've been playing. I'm still playing Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Next. Cool. And you, Jonathan?
I've been still playing Days Gone. I'm getting to the point in the story where it had some really heavy emotional beats. It kind of took me by surprise. I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it I don't know. It just it took me by surprise. I remember this game not being looked upon too highly by a lot of game critics, mainly due to having some bugs at launch. But they've got all those bugs fixed, and I've been floored by the narrative. Stellar voice acting still, but also there's more and more zombies. It's more hordes, and
Hmm. Did you start Days Gone last week?
yes,
Okay, I was thinking of a different game. Yeah, I love Days Gone.
yeah, I can't. I went back and read some of the reviews when it came out, and I'm like, this is unfair considering some of the games that get tens right now.
Mhm.
I went on a rant. I won't go on the rant now, but I did go on a rant earlier.
Yeah. My only issue with this game, and I don't think it's an issue, I think it just needs a sequel, is he's a motorcyclist. He was in a
Mhm.
motorcycle club. You should be building a motorcycle gang. And then you could be like smuggling, like maybe not smuggling, but like it would be cool if you were transporting medical drugs like from city to city with your gang and doing like gang stuff, but now you're fighting zombies instead of other people and you're like doing good in the world. And there could be this redemption arc for like all of these, ex-gangsters.
Yeah, I do believe it needs a sequel, and I read they pitched a sequel 4 different times, and the original game director pitched it, Sony turned it down. He stepped away to work at a different studio. The next guy that got placed in front of the studio to be a game director pitched it again at same pitch. They said no, like announced a movie, didn't have Sam Witwer as a lead, and this is around 2022. That kind of phased out. They haven't talked about it since. They pitched the sequel again, and they turned them down again. I can't. I just don't understand. And the sequel was gonna have co-op, and it was gonna be a shared.
Okay.
It was gonna be a semi
That'd be
shared
cool.
world between you and your friend. So like you
That would
could.
be cool.
So like yeah, like you could basically pick people that are like in your group, and it continues the story of the first game, but the actions that you and your friends take will impact y'all's worlds together. It's really cool.
Which is a great story, by the way, and needs to
Y-
be finished.
Yeah. Yeah. I just got to this is as far as I'll say, but I'm past this point now, but over the weekend I got to where you go to the next map.
Okay. Yeah.
And that there's like a moment that happens that's like kind of the point of the whole game. And it was like, ah, finally. But then you kind of want to cry a little bit because it's just like this bittersweet moment. And it's, but anyway, as far as I'll say, because I could go in a rant about it.
You'll see too when you finish the game, like the story itself is very unfinished. It sets itself up for a sequel that I would love to play.
Maybe Sony, please, please, Sony.
Yeah, it can be done right. I like the idea of a co-op. I don't necessarily need a co-op. That would work really well. I like the idea of just being able to kind of control, kind of like a SOCOM. I know that's a weird throwback, but having like a team that you can kind of direct with a button and some commands. And then you could set up because that game, like what was really cool about Days Gone 2, for those who haven't played, is like you have these hordes of zombies. And so you were strategically placing like bombs and such to kind of fight off not a wave necessarily, but I mean you literally there'd be hundreds. It felt like at least I haven't played it in a while. It may have been dozens of zombies coming at you. And so if they could take that and they could be like, you can set one guy up on the cliff and he's ready to go, and then someone over here, and then, throw a bomb to wake him up and be able to, uh, like just strategize that and then watch it play out. I think would be really cool.
I think co-op
Yeah.
doesn't need to be an obligatory feature in games. There are some games out there that do it okay, but then there are some that will take it to the next level and make it a really enjoyable experience. So it's
Mhm.
not necessarily like a key feature, but it can enhance a game if it's not already part of it.
I'm also on the flip side of that, love the idea of a semi-shared world where like if I'm doing stuff, like, you don't have to be there, but if
Hmm.
you are, you can come help me. But also the stuff that I'm doing is helping your part of the like your like
It
stuff in that world.
what's
That's cool.
what's crazy is that in a way, it's what Death Stranding did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
That was the kind of the idea. And but instead of being like, oh, the whole gaming community that plays this game is slowly impacting everyone's world, and because like Death Stranding, if people walked a certain way and so many people walked the same path, it would slowly a path would appear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
yeah, so this would take that, but only with certain friends.
I love
And,
that idea.
and
That
then
is cool.
I believe if you did co-op, if I remember correctly, it wouldn't be like, oh hey, like you're both Deacon St. John. It's like one person would be Deacon St. John, and the other person would be like a random, like you would make a character, and so you would jump into your
Yeah.
friend's world, ride around with them.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
The game will never get.
Nope.
Well, we can get into the gaming news then. Andrea, what's going on in the gaming world?
Okay, we've got quite a few things going on. This first thing comes from PlayStation. Quite a few stories come from PlayStation this evening. So PlayStation console owners launch class action lawsuit against Sony over the tariff refunds. So some new PlayStation console owners have launched a new class action lawsuit in an effort to complain to an effort to claim refunds after Sony initiated the price increases for the PS5 in responses to the tariffs last year. Um, Basically, we all remember about the tariffs last year and how it affected, the new consoles coming out. If you were a new console owner, you kind of bit the bullet, so to speak. So basically, Sony announced that it would raise the price of the standard PS5 as well as its digital and pro variants by 50%, which we talked about before. Um, because it directly mentioned the challenging economic environment at the time, referring to the tariffs. The tariffs were struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court earlier this year in February, and that raised the question of refunds for companies that have been impacted. And the class action suit hinges on the belief that a double recovery windfall that Sony is set to receive should be passed on to the everyday buyer who purchased PS5's post price hike, and would potentially affect gamers who purchased the price hiked PlayStation hardware following the initial August increases. Something similar is going on with Nintendo as well, so it's not solely a Sony issue. Um, do we feel like this is going to hold water? What do we feel about this?
It seems like a bigger deal than just consoles to me. Like, there's a lot of companies that raise their prices because of tariffs, and they're going to be getting kickbacks,
Mm.
supposedly. And so I'm like, it opens a floodgate. If this goes through, then like there are a lot of other companies that could get hit with it too. Should be very interesting to see play out. I'm not an economist. Economist, is that? I don't even know the word. That's definitely not it.
Yeah,
Economist.
Um,
economist.
maybe I don't know.
Economist.
So I don't
Economist. It's
know. Economist, that's the word. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know the ramifications of like companies having to refund money they didn't plan on refunding, and how that would all work for our economy. But I would assume that it would be impactful. Um, if every company is having to give money back that they didn't plan on giving back to their customers, it could be a thing.
Yeah, it could
Yeah,
be
I would argue.
it kind of open up some like a dam of you know, just one thing after another probably, like a domino effect.
Yeah.
I could see it being catastrophic, actually. I but because like ideally it's like, oh yeah, like give us our money back, but also I could see them immediately increasing prices across the board.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could totally see that. I'm like, well, we
I
need
see,
to make up that money back somehow.
I could see that too. I mean, this is just me as a nobody, but I don't think this is going to pass. That's just me. Um, no one had any control over this.
That's
It's
true
not
too.
like this was not planned for, so there's no malicious intent. It is what it is, and if you had to pay more, you just had to pay more because everybody was in the same boat.
Yeah, that's fair. My thing is, if I get $20 back from PlayStation, I'll probably buy a $20 game from PlayStation.
That was my thought.
Unless they check, but I don't know if they would think that.
And,
They
it's
would
a
like games are
$50
now
increase,
ninety
it's not like it's
dollars.
a 100 or 200 increase too, it's like it's not a huge price increase, it's an increase, and that could, you know, for the average consumer, that, makes a difference like gas money does, but I don't know, it doesn't seem like a catastrophically big enough issue to warrant, passing this lawsuit.
To pass it, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Um, if it does get passed, yeah, like Jonathan, they probably would raise their prices if they have to give us money. They'd be like, "Cool, well now we're more expensive."
Yeah,
It's usually how it works.
permanently,
Unfortunately,
permanently,
The consumer rarely wins.
yes.
yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, nothing's ever truly free.
Nope, there's always a price to pay. Speaking of a
Mm,
price to pay, PlayStation reportedly is telling developers that it is returning to console exclusives for single player games. I am not happy about this news.
so lame.
Uh, Yeah, so PlayStation seems to be waving the white flag on its PC strategy, at least when it comes to single player games. So this is for uh games that would go on the PC. So earlier this year Bloomberg reported that the PlayStation was backing down from releasing future first party titles on the PC. Um there was some ambiguity about how hard and fast those rules would be. And some developers were dodging questions related to that, but now things seem to be more concrete. Um, so Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, he reported that during a company town hall meeting this week, PlayStation Studio Business CEO Herman Holst affirmed that first party narrative driven single player games will now be console exclusives for PlayStation. So, what this means is you should not expect games like Ghost of Yote, Saros, Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet, or Marvel's Wolverine to come to PC. So, if you want to play those games, you should expect to buy a PlayStation 5. Um, but also called out
Crazy.
single player games interesting. That may mean that multiplayer centric games like in development fair games will still come to PC. Something that would be wise because Helldivers 2 is very successful on the PC, so that wouldn't help them if they were to bring that exclusively just to PlayStation. So it seems to be targeted towards single player games only at this time, not multiplayer. And just a way for PlayStation to squeeze a little bit of extra money out of consumers to buy more PlayStations. I'm not very happy about this news because I am for more people playing these wonderful games. If you don't have a PlayStation, uh, you shouldn't be excluded from playing games like Ghost of Yote or Wolverine or any number of great games out there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As a PS5 owner, I'm still like, bummer, because I want to be able to like play with my non PS5 friends. Not that I know these are single player, but like they're no longer in the conversation then if they don't have a PS5. And
Yeah.
I like being able to have that conversation with people.
Uh, another thing is too.
It says that
Um,
Xbox is also sorry. It said that Xbox is also reportedly assessing its approach as well. So it may not just be a PlayStation thing for long either.
No.
Yeah, not great. Not great at all.
it's all around. It's not good. But the thing is too. I like buying PlayStation games on Steam because they run better sometimes, and I get
Yeah.
better looking graphics. It's kind of shallow, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I can be a graphic snob.
And then Uh,
What else is there? Okay,
gra- Groundbreaking news, drum roll please. Xbox is apparently rebranding
perfect.
to, any guesses? Any guesses? To Xbox. What? So,
It's totally
What?
different.
yeah, the
Totally, yeah.
difference is it's all caps now, guys. So we should be screaming and shouting
Woo!
Xbox when we're announcing this, right? From Xbox to Xbox. So,
What
It's
I've been
so
waiting
the
Mandela
for.
effect. I definitely assumed that it was always all caps. If you were to ask me if it had all caps or no, I would have told you it was probably all caps.
It's I don't know what the point of this is. There's some big and small changes, but apparently this is a big enough deal to warrant noticing. Um, there are some other highlights that include some leadership switch ups earlier this month, the end of the This is an Xbox marketing campaign in March, a drop in price for Game Pass subscribers in April. So there's some little things that Xbox is trying to do to kind of shift and shuffle some things around, and this is one of them. It's hard to say how successful some of these changes have been for Microsoft yet, as Sharma gets to work on getting Xbox into a better place than it has been. So this is just more of a smaller
Mhm.
adjustment, but it may maybe lead up to something bigger down the line. Right now, fans are really not sure how to feel about this all caps Xbox. I will probably go back and forth between all caps and not all caps just out of habit. The changes at least a fun nod to the early days of the console's logo and name, so this may be like a callback to the olden times. Um, it seems to be inspired directly by fan input, and some have even begun to call on Sharma to make even more changes, like reverting the name back to its classic
That's pretty
rough-edged
cool.
font. But others aren't so willing to entertain the Xbox idea until they
Oh.
see if it will actually stick. So, the memes for this have been pretty fun to read about as well and see. So definitely check those out if you're online. Um,
My
but yeah,
favorite
Xbox is
comment
now
so far
Xbox.
is on IGN. And on IGN, I don't know this guy's name. Art. I'm not gonna try to say it. He said, "This should turn it around."
Right?
I love it.
Eh,
There's a lot of good comments,
Yeah.
but that's my favorite.
See, all you need to do to fix a problem is just a font change, guys. That's all you need.
It's true. Fonts are important.
And then our last bit of news is that yes, fonts are very important. Our last bit of news, Grand Theft Auto 6. The release date was just about 18 months behind the original target, um, suggesting that spring 2025 was once the goal internally. So we could have had Grand Theft Auto last year, but instead we're a bit behind. It's still due as of right now on November
Yeah.
19th of this year. But it's pretty everybody knows the memes. Like we had this before Grand Theft Auto 6 came out. We had that before Grand Theft Auto 6 came out. Um so we know the number of delays it's suffered. Hopefully, by the time we get to November, it will finally be a real game and we can stop making fun of it and it will all be worth it. Um, but this just shows that it was due to be released to the public quite some time ago. That's close to 2 years behind. I mean, 18 months is a very long time. Uh, so the Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick suggested that he was keen to give Rockstar Games everything it needed to achieve perfection. So they have a lot riding on making sure that this game is the very best it can be. We know some studios are like, "Hey, we need this game out so we can work on our next project." But we know that Grand Theft Auto is one of the biggest IPs out there. That it's always going to make a lot of money just because of how big and massive these games are. So it needs to be the best it can be. Um, which makes sense why we have these delays. It's like, it will be worth the wait, guys. They believe to have estimated to have spent about $1 to $1.5 billion so far on the development of this game. They won't. confirm exactly how much it was, but they did admit it was expensive. To put into context,
Mm.
most AAA video game budgets make headlines to being in the hundreds of millions range. So this goes way beyond that. So it better be worth the investment because that's a lot of money. That's like blockbuster box office money. Um,
Kind of think
Yeah,
it's gonna be worth it.
I've seen economists, now that we know that word, say that if this flops, GTA 6 does not do well, it could crash the entire gaming industry.
oh, no pressure.
No,
No pressure,
don't give me
Rockstar.
hope. I'm joking.
No, we don't want that. We don't want that. No.
No. Okay, on a serious note, I do think we're in a sad state of gaming, and I don't want the gaming industry to crash. However, um, the cynical side of me is like, ooh, that might fix it. It wouldn't fix it, but
Yeah. Let it crash and let the indie developers rise from the ashes.
Right.
yeah.
But then a lot of people would lose their jobs, and we don't want that.
That would be sad.
Ew.
Yes. Oh man. Yeah, it's gotta I saw that too, is it's like it's gotta sell a record number of games to break even. It has to do better than GTA 5 has done. Like per sale or something like that to break even, which is pretty wild. And not even just a numeric amount, but copy wise.
I know. It's really crazy, but we'll find out once it gets out just how much it's worth it.
Pretty wild. I mean GTA 5 was this in a lot of ways, but it's almost like prototype Ready Player One. That and Fortnite. Like
Hmm.
early stages of Ready Player One stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. We can
Yeah.
move on into
Well,
the
that's it.
movies.
That's it as far
Um
as gaming
oh,
news.
go for it. Yeah. Are we
No,
The
I
Punisher
was
a
just about to
movie, or are we
say
calling that a special TV special?
I was counting it as
it's
a
a
movie
special.
because that's what they originally pitched.
Uh,
But yeah, it's a special.
It is a TV special, but it's a one-off film.
I was, they advertised it as a special.
I was count.
They advertised it as a special.
I was,
Okay,
but
we'll talk about a TV then. Oh,
okay.
John, that's our counter
It's
argument.
not.
I was just saying
Yeah.
it's almost a film.
Do you want to talk about it now?
I do just because it's all the thing I watch as a film.
Okay, we're gonna talk about the Punisher right now. Really good. I think people thinking that his face looked bad in that fall have too good of TVs, because I didn't notice that whatsoever. Um,
Um,
it reminds me of like old, and I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean this in a very lovingly, like I liked it way. It reminded me of like old Freddie Wong gunplay videos back in the day, like that John Wick. Um, oh, you know what else? Did you ever watch Judge Dredd? Uh,
yeah.
the one that was like a remake with Carl Urban, and he's just going through
Yes,
the floors.
it's
Yeah.
very good. Um, I liked it. I thought it was shorter than I expected. Um, it felt like they had to fight Marvel to do it, and so they had a feature script, and Marvel was like, "Hey, if you can make this under 60 minutes, we'll fund it." And so
Yeah.
they're like, "All right, how about this? If it does well, it will
We'll get a
be a
show.
pitch for a TV show." Yeah.
Although Bernthal does want a movie, like a Hollywood movie, and I would watch that.
Do you know what I would do if they were like, "Hey, we don't know who to direct this. Do you want to try to direct it?" You know what I would do?
Hmm.
It would be The Raid. That's what they were
Okay.
almost setting up with
Ooh.
this special. And I was like, "Boom. They're almost there." Like he's in it literally he has one job and like I have an idea, but I don't want to throw it out there because it'll end up getting made by someone else. Throw it out in the universe.
Fair enough.
I kid, but it's like he's got one job, one task, and he's basically hired by the government to do it. He doesn't want to do it, but he's basically the only one that'll get his hands dirty out of all the superheroes. So he has to go do it,
Yeah.
but it's basically raiding a building. And so he goes in one man army and has to basically fight his way through it. And I think that would sell so many freaking tickets being a hard R movie, just all the blood and gore, practical effects. I think it would surprise them how well that would do.
I and maybe some people might argue, I feel like we've gotten the Punisher at this point. We've seen him um wrestle with his uh like very real PTSD. What I would like to see, and they'll never do this, is just throw him into Midnight Suns. Mostly because I want a scene where Ghost Rider comes up and penance stares him and then goes, "You're tormenting yourself already." Uh
See,
and walks away.
I agree. And that's the thing is like who's to say that they're not fighting some kind of entity, like supernatural entity, you know? Like I think I totally agree. Like there's so many things you could do with him instead of having him screaming like an animal every 5 seconds
Yeah.
and like he did that once in one season of Daredevil and they're like this is your thing. You got to do this now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
like
That's my thing. Is
Wilson's
like
fit.
we've seen him grounded. Throw him into the superhero world.
Yep.
Remind us that he's in the MCU. I also want to say I did really love this parallel. I don't know if you caught this, but Daredevil, obviously known for his hallway scenes. There is a single take shot in this where he's literally just walking, and there is this well choreographed chaos around him, and I love that mirror reflection.
Yeah.
This special felt
It
very
was really good.
short for me for something that like I was expecting more to happen. Um and it seemed to wrap up in a nice clean bow even though his character arc isn't finished just yet by the end of this special. I know he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie. I don't know where that takes place as far as this and as far as Daredevil goes. But yeah, it was pretty dark. It was a good psychological exploration about what Frank is going through and makes you feel really bad for him and as he's struggling to do the right thing and to be a protector. But I wanted more by the end, to be honest.
Mhm. Yeah, I wanted it to be longer too.
Yeah. I I enjoyed it. I'd give it
Yeah.
I would give it 7.5 out of 10.
I think so.
I
That's
I
a
will
fair
say,
score.
it is dark. It probably the most rated R thing the MCU's done so far. Um, and so be ready for that.
Yes.
It's
Mhm.
a lot, but
Very
it's so
grounded.
good. Yes, with his little Hulk growls. He literally set himself on fire. That's the thing. That's the actor John Berthel was actually on fire in that scene. A lot of practical
Yeah,
effects.
Yeah, oh my
good on
gosh.
him.
I was thinking about that.
He had a very fire performance.
Yeah. It's very cool. If you are good with gore and really dark themes with mental health specifically, that's my thing. Is I would say it's a trigger for anyone with mental health needs to be aware of.
Yeah, or
But yeah,
suicide.
great watch.
Suicide as well.
Yeah, I thought that in mental health. But yeah, what's going on in the movie world, Jonathan?
You know, everyone's favorite blue people is about to get budget cuts. So James
You
Cameron
mean the
wants to
Smurfs,
make
right?
Avatar 4 and
Smurfs.
5. What?
You mean the Smurfs, right?
What? Sorry, you're cutting. I'll cut this out of the podcast.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
You said blue. Yeah, you said your favorite blue people, and I said Smurfs.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
uh, but not the Smurfs, but James Cameron's Avatar. James Cameron wants to make Avatar 4 and 5 in half the time and 2/3 of the cost. But it will take 1 year to figure it out. He says they're gonna use a new technology to achieve this, probably AI.
I
But
was
he
like, "It's gonna
says,
be AI."
yeah, there's no way he can do it any other way. But yeah, he says basically his metric is he wants to do it in half the time and 2/3 of the cost. That is, I mean, they're expensive and they take a
Yeah.
very long time. It's got to
Which,
be
I mean, these
AI.
movies are tech demos, and so in that sense, I'm like, if a movie's going to use I guess that would be the new tech, and that's kinda what these things are. I don't know, I still don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it, but I mean, that's the way we're going, and I don't know if it'll be to the extreme of like, "Oh, hey, we're gonna AI the entire movie." It may just be as simple as tools like they're gonna be using. It could be
Yeah.
VFX tools, it could be modeling tools. So there's a wide range of AI outside of just generative imaging.
Mhm.
Hmm.
The entire script was made in ChatGPT.
No, no, thank you. I don't like that idea at all.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. We'll see. Uh, yeah, I'm really curious how AI is gonna be affecting special effects. I'm a little worried about it because I think it'll have a very plasticky, very obviously AI feel, but, I mean, I don't know what happens if you take an AI, explosion, AI generated explosion, and then have a special effects artist go behind it and, clean it up, and so maybe it won't have that really generic look to it, um, but I don't know.
I don't know. I'm I would say I'm excited to see this, but I'm not. I actually didn't like the last one. I actually didn't watch the third one. I didn't like the
Oh,
second
I
one.
liked it. I liked the 3rd one.
So I need to watch them. I think I went
Mm,
in way too hyped and was just underwhelmed, but
yeah.
I need to watch them. But speaking of AI, Matt Reeves reveals the Batman 2 cast. Psych, no AI.
Yeah, I was like, "What?"
Keeping you on your toes.
Yeah.
Um, No, we got a just a bombshell of a casting announcement, and he did it on Twitter with GIFs or GIFs if you're weird. Um,
Okay. They're Geifs.
yeah, guys.
Geifs.
Uh, Surprisingly, we got Rob Pattinbat as Batman slash Bruce Wayne again. Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon, Andy Serkis as Alfred, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Jamie Lawson as Mayor Bella Real, Gil Perez Abraham as Officer Martinez, Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent, rumored, Scarlett Johansson as Gilda Dent, also rumored, and Charles Dance as Christopher Dent, also rumored. And then Sebastian Cook, we don't know who he's playing, and Brian Tyree Henry, and we don't know who he's playing as well. Um, on the rumored ones, I think someone it was another trade reported that, but all the other trades are too scared to post it. I think it's Deadline is the one that broke the news about the dents, but I'm excited. I think he'll do it. I think it'll be a good job.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. It's a
First one was
stacked
amazing,
cast for
so
sure.
yeah, first one was amazing, so this one will take that what worked in the first one and make it even better.
Um, there was this crazy. Someone had this crazy theory that this isn't Harvey Dent, but it's one of the Langstroms, and it's about Man Bat.
Oh my
Oh, okay.
gosh. That would be crazy.
I gotta remember because there's multiple. There's Kirk Langstrom, and then um, his father or father-in-law, and then his wife. And there's that on Leather Wings Batman the Animated Series episode that has that breakdown. And I can't remember. I wish I could find the post, but basically it broke down who they thought each of them was playing because it's not confirmed yet. Which would be crazy if they just pulled Man Bat out of nowhere. Just like this is super grounded. Now here's this mutant.
Yeah, that would be pretty wild. For it all being grounded. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I like the idea of it, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I loved the Penguin. Only a few more months.
Few more months. Um, next year, right? Next October.
Oh, is it next year? I thought it was this October.
No, I think it's next year. They just started production.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
The Batman 2 release date 2027. I was wrong.
Hmm. So we're
Wow,
going to
October
have
1st,
the
2027.
we're gonna have the Clayface movie first.
Yeah, not connected to this.
Yeah. Oh darn.
We'll
Let's do.
add the link talking about the theory into the podcast link section so people can go read it. I did find it really quickly. But yeah, that's it for the movie news. So now I've got to sit and be obsessed with more Batman for another year. For those who may not know, because I don't know if I've ever fully disclosed this, but I'm a massive Batman nerd, and I have more Batman action figures and memorabilia than I can hang up in my office. So
Nice.
that that was my personality.
Before we get into TV, I realized I made a mistake. Andrea, you watched Devil Wears Prada 2.
I did. I did wear watch. I didn't wear Prada. I saw Devil Wears Prada too. So,
Yes.
another devil in the details. It's the sequel to the original Devil Wears Prada, which came out 20 years ago this year. And in real time, it's set 20 years later after the first one, and no one has aged a day, which is hard to believe. That's Hollywood magic for you. So I went to go see it yesterday with my girlfriends, in theaters because, sorry guys, it is more of a chick flick kind of movie, about the fashion industry. Um, the best way I can explain it for those who may not know what to think about it is basically it's the chick flick version of Whiplash. If you know what the movie Whiplash is, with J.K. Simmons, with the drummer, but it takes place in the fashion industry. So
Don't. Okay.
You have Meryl Streep uh, Anne Hathaway as the leads, and Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci. So this takes place 20 years later. Um, the same kind of conversations we've been having this evening come up about AI, digital media, how that affects, publications and platforms and advertisements and that kind of thing. And I really enjoyed it. I did think that Meryl Streep's character this time around was not as cold and as mean as her character was in the first one. So we all kind of agreed she got a little bit too soft in this movie, and we were like, we wanted her to be a little meaner like she was in the first one. Um, I think our standouts were definitely Stanley Tucci. We love that character that he plays in both of them, and I think he had more screen time this time around, which we were very happy to see because he just blows it out of the water as that character. So ladies and maybe gentlemen, if you're curious, because there were some gentlemen in the theater too that actually took their daughters to see the movie and they enjoyed it. Definitely check it out. It is actually a really good sequel.
Okay. I never watched the first one, I'll be honest.
It's a really good film. I really like it.
Fun. And then I'm seeing Jonathan in the notes too. Did you watch The Green Knight this week or was it last week?
It's actually this week.
Okay. How was The Green Knight?
Um, so I started it and then got so unbelievably bored with it that I forgot about it, and then found it today. I was eating lunch and I was like, I want to watch a movie, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I never finished this. So I ended up finishing it. And I was like, it's so pretty. Like the cinematography is gorgeous and the acting is superb, but it's just so boring.
Yeah. It
Uh,
gets weird too.
Yeah, it gets
Not a
really
good weird.
weird.
It was
No.
one of those where the commercial, if I knew what A is A24, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I knew what A24 was, I probably would have known what I was getting myself into. I didn't know what A24 was, and so the trailer is very misleading.
I thought it was gonna be like The Northman.
That's fair. I thought it would be more action heavy. Like the trailer has this battle scene, and they're literally just walking through an old battlefield. But I was like, cool, big battles. That's fun.
Yeah, it's like very dark fantasy,
Yeah,
and the myth is not dark fantasy.
very
Original.
slow.
Yeah.
But
It I
cool.
mean, it's not bad. It's just not my cup of tea.
It's bad. No, I'm just kidding. I, I really actually liked the very beginning of it until I realized that that was going to be the whole movie.
I can see that.
I was first 15 minutes. I was like, "This is really cool." And I was like, "Oh, it's not going to stop." Got it. All right, now we can get into the TV shows we've been watching. I watched a few different TV shows. I watched Devil May Cry. Literally the day season 2 came out, I started season 1 not knowing that season 2 would come out. And so I was like, "Oh, season 2 must have been out for a while. I better catch up on this." And it's really good. I'm really glad that I watched it when I did because season 2 is also very good. I'm not fully through it yet. But it's got a great soundtrack. Um, it gives me I don't know, there's so many inspirations. I feel Dante gives me some like Trigun vibes, Vash the Stampede.
Mhm.
But the music is really amazing. The soundtrack, the action, it's well animated. It is Adi Shankar, like you were saying, Jonathan. I don't know if you said that in the podcast or before the podcast, but um, Adi Shankar is just very interesting. I don't know. He's really artistic with what he does. He
Yeah.
usually does really like overly dark things that don't need to be dark. Um, and like the Power Rangers. I always think of Power Rangers when I think Adi Shankar. But this feels kind of like it feels very fun and not rated R, and then it will turn rated R really fast on you. And you're like, oh man. But really well written too. The stories a little predictable, I'll say, but not in a way where I'm bored. Um, it's still enjoyable, even though it's a little predictable.
How does it relate to the video game series?
I have never played the video games, so I have no
Me
idea.
neither. That's why I'm asking.
I know some of the characters are from the video games. Oh, that was a thing too. I forgot that it was Capcom, and so the first season is full of Capcom references, and that was really fun.
Okay.
It's yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, super weird because it's like demons and all of these things, and then you just see like a Mega Man bobblehead on a car, and you're like, what? Why? It's really random.
Is it though? Is it?
Also, is it what?
Oh, I'm just asking, is it? Is it really random or is it purposely placed there for you to know about it?
Well, I mean, it is purpose. It feels very random, especially if you forget that it's Capcom. There are some religious undertones. It is about demons, and so the vice president, which is really random, also is like yeah, he's voiced by Kevin Conroy in the first season, which was really
Hmm.
cool. But he is this very devout Christian, like warrior. Like he's way too buff to be vice president, and is very cool. But he's also um, he ends up being not great of a person. But um, I think there's really interesting religious undertones in this. Definitely some commentary to be made. Basically, not to, I don't want to spoil anything, but the demons are not, and this is probably from the video games, the demons are not necessarily demons from hell. Uh, He literally believes that they are, but they're actually like from another dimension. And so there are
Mm.
monsters, but it's one of those things where, like, the commentary that they're trying to have in the show is that the real monsters are humanity. Humans are the real. real monsters. And that's kind of the story that they're driving. Um, and so I don't know.
It
There's
does
there's
sound
something to be said
very
there. I could write.
it does it does sound kinda similar to Trigun and some it's the same actor too, so
Is it really?
yeah, it's Johnny Yong Bosch.
That's
He plays
so
Vash.
funny. I had no idea. That's
Yeah,
probably that's
that's
probably the only reason I think that they're similar. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, he plays Vash the Stampede.
I subconsciously in the back of my head was like, wow, that just really seems like that. It's a tall that's so it's that and then it's a tall guy in a red coat.
Yes, and he has a twin brother.
Yes. That's so funny. Maybe I just watched Trigun and had the name wrong.
I don't know. There's some
So,
similarities there between the 2.
I recommend it if you're okay with it being a little hard R. It's gory. There's a lot of curse words. It's not for kids for sure. I have not seen any nudity, but that's not to say that there won't be because it is Adi Shankar again.
Mm.
Castlevania, um, Dirty Laundry, Bootleg Universe. We were talking about that before the podcast, which is a Punisher thing that's really good, but again, really gory and dark. He's kind of known for it. But I watched that, and then I watched The Boys, and I don't know. I don't recommend The Boys to anybody. I don't know why I'm still watching it. It's almost over. I've gotten this far. Like I might as well. Um, I like a lot of the commentary that is made in that show about the culture and politics and things. Um, but it is like made just like the whole point of that show is to take shock value to the highest degree, and I can't really recommend it to anyone.
That sums it up really well.
Yeah, don't watch The Boys unless you want to be mortified. I think is probably the best way to put that. Um, you guys watch any other TV shows?
No.
Okay. Well, then we can go into the TV news then. We got a couple things here. A little bit lighter, maybe. I bet the Green Lantern's probably rated mature, actually. Um, we have a trailer for the Green Lantern. And you pointed out, Jonathan, that Hal Jordan's suit looks a little more green in clips of the past and memories.
Yeah,
And it's starting to
it
fade. I
does.
really liked your theory. You should share with the class.
My theory is that he is turning sides. So
Mhm.
um he in the comics, um Hal Jordan turns into a supervillain called Parallax. And his suit is kind of yellow. Um he, so I need to double check that because but yes, anyway, he turns to a bad guy. And his suit, there's a moment in the yes, it is Parallax. I'm correct. There's a moment in the trailer that is a flashback, and he's doing an interview on TV, and his suit is visibly more green. But then we see it
Mhm.
later on in the same trailer, and it's very faded. Um, a lot of people are upset about it not being very green and the fact that it's not a construct, but that wasn't something in the comics until more recently. So it seems like they are pulling from maybe pre New 52 when it comes to the Green Lanterns.
Okay. I think he's just losing his light. I think is a he's
I think so.
his light's starting to fade. Like he's just getting old. He's starting to retire.
I think that's a good assessment too, but
Yeah, he's
yeah,
weathered.
very weathered.
Is there a
Doesn't have the will to
Sinestro
go on.
Oh, is there a Sinestro reference in the trailer?
I think
He
so.
doesn't look like Sinestro to me. Some people are saying it is.
Yeah, some people, there's a part in the trailer where Hal Jordan visits someone in prison, and it's definitely a space prison. It's got a laser door, and some people are saying that's Sinestro. I don't really know.
Well, they keep on mentioning fear throughout the trailer, and that's Sinestro's whole thing, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
Um, yeah, I'm not sure.
I I think Sinestro could be Loki if written correctly. Like have that love for a villain like Loki had if they cast it right and then write that person right.
Oh, okay. So
This like
Sinestro
he used to be
embodies he's the founder of the Yellow Lanterns and he harnesses fear as his power. So that's why I thought of that because
yes.
I remembered he's tied with fear in some regard.
I don't remember. I knew he was yellow. I knew yellow was fear. That's all I know though.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not super well versed on Green Lantern lore.
Yeah. Same.
Maybe this show will fix that.
Yeah. I know that he was a Green Lantern and then he switched sides. He trained Hal Jordan. And so, like I said, they could write him to be like, "Oh, come back," and he's like, "I can't. I'm not strong enough." Could be good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the show. I'm more excited for the show and watching this trailer than I was the last one for sure.
yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be good.
I'm a little worried that we just got like a bunch of scenes from the last two episodes kind of thing. And they're like, no, no, no. See, there's good stuff that'll happen at the end,
Ooh, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about
but
that.
we'll see. Because the
Yeah,
last trailer was not well received, and so they're like, wait, we put all that special effects in the last two episodes. We need to showcase that a little bit. Our final piece of news. If you were excited to watch Ahsoka, uh, and thought it was coming out this year, like I did Batman 2, you were wrong, and it comes out in 2027. Um, which is 3 years after season one. So that seems pretty crazy to
yeah. Not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm excited.
me. Mandalorian, I haven't seen the movie yet, but I have low expectations.
Yeah, super low.
And there was a crossover event that was supposed to happen, and from what I've heard, that's canceled. I think the event was supposed to be a movie.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I don't know. I I liked the first two seasons of The Mandalorian. Season three had some high points, but also a lot of low.
yeah. I also my favorite part of Ahsoka season one was Balin Skull, and now
Hmm.
that Ray Stevenson has passed away, I'm like, I don't know. Ray Stevenson just did an amazing job. I'm like, I don't know if I.
Mhm.
We'll see.
Mandalorian, like
It's gonna be
the
hard.
early seasons of Mandalorian are so different tonally from what they ended up uh advertising. I think once Grogu they found Grogu to be a marketing tactic, they kind of kidified that series, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Because if you look at the trailer for the first season before it came out, it would look really dark and gritty, and now it's like, haha, we're having fun, being bounty hunters and, oh, Grogu, don't eat that.
yeah. Give me a space western that looks like a space western.
Yes, please. We need that.
You can't take the sky from
I
me.
Firefly.
I think that um I don't know. I kind of hope that The Mandalorian and Grogu. I hope it's good. Some of the like it's been mixed reception. I just want to be excited for Star Wars again.
Have you seen the Mall series?
I've started it. It's pretty good, but
I heard that
I've heard
one's
it's
really
good. I haven't watched much of it.
I heard it's really good.
I didn't get it.
Yeah.
I didn't even finish the first episode, so that's why I didn't talk about it. I did start it
Oh,
though.
yeah. I watched one episode, and it was good. I'm not like I need to watch this, but I was like, oh, it's all right. I did move on, so maybe that says something. I went to Devil May Cry instead. But anyways, I think is that we could get out about anything else this week.
I think Lego Batman comes out this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're not buying a game for a while, but I do want that a lot.
Okay, be fair, me either. Ren Fair. So,
Yeah,
but it's coming out this week.
but it does look really cool.
The ultimate Batman experience.
It looks like it. Cool.
Pretty,
All right.
pretty great.
We will end the podcast there. Andrea, where can they find you at?
You can find me on the Discord at Geeks Under Grace or on Instagram at Andrea Riccati. I'm always happy to say hi, chat a little bit about anything nerdy or what's going on. So those are the places you can find me.
Awesome. And Jonathan?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under at Different Lens Media. And sometimes I do stream on Twitch under Sergeant Rock 1125.
So you can find me on Instagram at Cody Armour. Keep gaming, keep praying, and God bless.